Welcome to another edition of the Booty Chronicles. Today's episode is episode 2, and I'm taking you through a day in my life.
All the things they wanted me to be, it's everything that I like.
This is gonna suffice for an intro for now. What's up, guys? I'm Coach Bret Contreras, aka the Glute Guy, and today you're gonna see a day in the life of yours truly. Now, admittingly, my days are pretty consistent. I love what I do. I love working. My life is not the most exciting. I don't do a ton of fun stuff, but it's fun to me because I'm so passionate about strength and conditioning. So you'll see me in the morning conducting some business related stuff, being on the phone. I'll take you to the Glute Lab. You'll see me working with clients. You'll see me train the Glute Squad. And you'll also watch me lift weights with my training partners. And finally, we will end the night with what I also love to do, with examining some research. So today's Instagram post that I have ready is on good coaching versus bad coaching, and I'm really hoping that this makes a big difference and wakes up some of these competitors and makes them realize, wow, my coach is actually doing me more harm than good. And I never realized how bad the coaching was out there until I started working with hundreds of competitors. Once I moved out here to San Diego, I started working with so many bikini competitors and figure competitors, and I started witnessing what the coaches do. And it's really, really bad, and there's a better way. So I'm hoping that this post makes a positive difference.
What's going on?
Hey Dan.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
This is where I'm at right now.
Oh, cryotherapy.
This is my friend Tom. He runs the place.
Hi Tom.
You heard of Bret Contreras? I heard the Glute Guy. The Glute Guy. Just let you know how much I appreciate all you've done for me, you know? Yeah. Oh, no. So I come to cryo to help undo the damage of my morning workouts.
My pleasure. I love hearing this stuff. I've worked with a lot of hip replacement surgery people, and it amazes me that this stuff isn't common knowledge.
I know. Hey, any advice for any exercises? Any exercise suggestions?
So start out with feet elevated glute bridges. That's easier. That's like doing a torso elevated push-up, you know?
Oh, okay, got it.
So elevate the feet,
Okay.
and then start out with that, bilateral. So that was Coach Dan John, and if you don't know who he is, he's one of the most respected strength coaches in the world, and we keep in touch. He was calling me to thank me for my help with his hip replacement surgery. He had one hip replaced, like a decade ago, and it was hell. And then this new hip that he's getting replaced is going to be a breeze because he's been training his glutes properly, and his doctor's very impressed. But if he would have told me, 15 years ago that one day Dan John would be FaceTiming me, I would be blown away. It's such an honor to work with these people now that were my idols, and now they see me as an equal, and it's so meaningful. and such an honor for me. I can't, you know, I never take that for granted. Oh man, good old Omar. So my friend Omar just made a post poking fun of all the people who just repackage my stuff and play it off as their own, which never used to bother me in my entire career, but lately on Instagram it is frustrating when you see people that just blatantly copy my own programs and stuff verbatim, and then they don't even credit me. But this seems to be the new age with Instagram. And I feel like on Facebook we used to have a policing system, but now Facebook has changed, and I don't even go on Facebook anymore. So the police is gone, and this is kind of the way things are for the time being. So, but yeah, this is a funny post. But
then you're left in the dust, unless I stuck by you. You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much, or you'd be left in the dust, unless I stuck by you. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower.
What we got here?
It's a vlog.
Oh, okay.
Act natural.
My hips don't lie.
triceps and front delts before pecs, and then one showing with fatiguing the quads before sit to stand in elderly. But remember when I made that post, there was no research at that time.
Oh, so it's been that recent?
Yeah.
Damn.
Cool, huh?
I wonder if like the people who are publishing like read your posts and they're just...
I don't think so.
I imagine if we both hit triceps first, if my bench numbers would tank more because of it.
Oh yeah. Right.
What happened with that study that you did that, or like that survey that was like,
Yeah,
what
like-
do you feel safe with and all
It's
that?
like no one's fooled by these like scared, fear-mongering articles, you know, that are like hip thrusts are dangerous. You look at this survey and it's like no one thought that hip thrusts were dangerous at all compared to squats and deadlifts. They all ranked squats the most dangerous exercise for the knees, deadlifts the most dangerous for the low back, and hip thrusts to be the safest overall. And then when I did another one, they reported their number of injuries in the past decade. Before you could just assume that you get Wi-Fi anywhere. But WhatsApp, I'm like, what the hell do I do now? And he's like, no, like, I'm Mexican, but Me llamo Bret Contreras. I know. People all think I do now. Okay, my trainer's favorite day, it's payday, so you get a check. Oh wow. You get a check. Fill it out. I'll
Thanks,
sign it.
bro. Yay!
Oh. And you get a check. Just fill it out. I'm too lazy to fill them out myself, so I make them do it and I sign it.
I wasn't sure what was happening there. Like, oh, recording. You're fired.
You're fired. Record this. This is funny. You're fucking fired. But the good news is I got you a job right across the street.
Go grab us a pizza.
Look, that's funny.
BB clothes. Can you zoom in on like his best features?
Yeah, just
Spence is here.
Reveal a name, but eggplant.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about a blog post that I just posted. So this video will be embedded in it. And this is on an 8-week experiment that I just ran. Hopefully you can see I'm stepping up. I just got this mic. For years I got roasted on YouTube for not having a microphone. So hopefully this helps.
I have a suggestion for glute squat. We should begin with the hip thrust and move on to a circuit.
Okay, so let's discuss tonight's glute squat. We need to do some different stuff as far as the circuit and then burnout's easy. But the circuits, we always use the same things, or at least I do. You guys are better at that than me. Did I tell you guys one Thursday when you guys weren't there, I just give them an hour straight of hip thrust variations. Yeah. So they did like 5 or 6 sets of get like. What about glutes? Fuck glute squat. This is more important. My main goal is to get you guys strong at hip thrust at your, like, I don't want you using Smith machine here and then at your gym doing something different and then always doing different stuff. Like one thing I noticed when I was first started working with Brianna and Massa back in the day, when they wouldn't train with me, like I'd train them like 3 weeks in a row and then I'd get them up to like using like 405 for hip thrusts and then I wouldn't see them for a couple weeks. And then they'd be back to using like 365. And I'm like, shit. Yeah. What's wrong with you? Without me, then you won't push yourself as hard at hip thrust. It's the most important exercise for your glutes. And I like Nordics for your hammies. So you got to push those all the time, and you got to figure out convenient ways to do them at your gym. That's one thing that not everyone is good at. And I'll talk to them, they're like, well, my gym, it doesn't really have a good place. I'm like, you know, most of you could figure out a way to hip thrust in a barn if you had to, you know, and these people, they are crafty. You gotta use aerobic steps, use aerobic steps, use whatever. And then the Nordics, sometimes you can do them off the lat pull down machines, but sometimes the things are too narrow. But
I can never taste the ecstasy, and I know it's big damage. But the look in your eyes is clear.
so the first thing we always do at glute squat, we do heavy hip thrust, and that's what separates my glute squad. Half of them are using 315, 405 for reps. They're throwing around serious weight with their hip thrust. Nature first, and then we're doing 1, 2, 3. Save. Now boomerang. 1, 2, 3, go. So it's been a long day. It's about 8:30 p.m. And I am exhausted. So therefore I'm going to 7-Eleven, my home away from home, and I'm going to pick up an energy drink. You always got to get 2. There's 2 for $4.29. All right, it's time to lift. Woo!
Water turn Atlantic, night calling in a phantom. Told them, hold it, don't you panic. Took an island, fled the mansion. Drop the roof, more expansion. Drive a coupe, you can stand it. Bridges undercover, I'm an ass and titty lover. Guess we all meant for each other. Now that all the dogs free, and we out in these streets. Can you do it? Can you pop it for me?
Pull up in a demon on guard, looking like I still do fraud.
So should I go? I want to show. So I'm back home, and now it's time to hit the books. Everyone in fitness loves lifting weights. That's easy. But what separates the wheat from the chaff? Is that how you say it?
I've never heard of that before.
Let me look it up. I have to look this up. Separates the wheat. Here, see? Separates the wheat from the chaff. Chaff? Chaff or chaff? What is the chaff of wheat? Chaff. Sort the valuable from the worthless. Yep. I just need to know how to pronounce chaff. How do you say chaff? And for you youngsters who don't know what that means, it means separate the valuable from the non-valuable. Is your scientific knowledge. You got to hit the books. You should spend an equal amount of time studying as you do lifting. This is in MedSci Sports Exercise, and the title is Evidence for an Upper Threshold for Resistance Training Volume in Trained Women. And this study lasted 6 months. That's unheard of. You never see 6-month-long studies, but for 6 months they had 4 groups. One group performed 5 total sets. Another group did 10, another group 15, another 20. Now all sets were carried out to failure. The study showed that the best results were seen with the 10-set group. Anyway, this is just one study that I'll be going over tonight. I'll be going over a few, and I am equally as committed to staying on top of the research as I am staying in shape. It's been a long day. This guy's calling it a night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment below and let me know what other things you'd like to see. And especially let me know if you'd like to see a full day of eating, because that's what I'm doing. Thank you for watching.